From his skyrocket to fame with Vine, to the boxing loss that might have killed his career, this is the rise and fall of Jake Paul. Believe it or not, Jake actually had a pretty humble life growing up. Now, this wasn't your fancy Hollywood setting or a bustling city full of glitz and glamour. No, it was a regular old town in Ohio where the most exciting thing was probably a yearly corn maze. But little did Jake know, this unassuming town was about to witness the birth of a social media legend. You see, Jake and his older brother Logan had a knack for entertaining. They would spend their free time making funny videos on the internet. And then, like a gift from the internet heavens, Vine descended upon the world in 2013. Vine was a magical place where creativity blossomed in just 6 fleeting seconds. And wouldn't you know it, Logan hopped on that Vine train and skyrocketed to stardom. But Jake wasn't one to be left behind in the dust of his big bro's success. He grabbed the Vine bull by the horns and rode it like a pro. With his wacky antics and infectious energy, Jake quickly amassed a following that would make even the most famous cats on the internet green with envy. 5 million followers? Check. A whopping billion views? Double check. It was pretty much the beginning of an internet superstar. So there he was, riding high on the Vine wave, when suddenly he decided to pack up his 6-second shenanigans and head over to YouTube. Now, some might call it a risky move, but our boy Jake had a knack for sniffing out the next big thing. Vine was slowly losing its charm. YouTube, on the other hand, had a global audience ready to devour his content. His Vine fanatics hopped over to YouTube faster in droves. He had a head start on the new platform, and his followers kept on multiplying. He basically became a magnet for young viewers. Then, in 2015, he hit the coveted 100,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. And later, Disney Channel came knocking on Jake's door. They cast him in the show Bizaardvark, catapulting him into the realm of network television stardom, and making Jake Paul the first ever Vine star to land his very own TV show. But that was just the beginning. Jake was about to become a permanent fixture in the crazy world of pop culture. Freshly minted as a Disney Channel star, he thought, why not take over the world while I'm at it? So, what did he do? He rented a huge mansion in the heart of LA and filled it with a bunch of up-and-coming influencers. And just like that, Team 10 was born. Now, in case you don't know or have somehow forgotten, Team 10 was like the social media version of a circus. Every member skyrocketed to fame, but in the center of this whirlwind was none other than Jake Paul himself. Late in 2016, Jake's YouTube channel became the Usain Bolt of growth, sprinting past all competition. 2 million subscribers? Piece of cake. And 2017 was the year that put Jake Paul on the YouTube map in a big, bold way. He dropped his song It's Everyday Bro, and let's just say it spread across the internet fast. It gained over 100 million views and even charted on the Billboard Hot 100. Everything Jake touched turned into viral gold. He was a sensation, a force to be reckoned with. But hey, fame and controversy go together like peanut butter and jelly. He found himself embroiled in more scandals than a soap opera on Fast Forward. Remember when he gave Alyssa Violet the boot from Team 10? Yeah, that caused a major internet uproar. And guess what? There were more controversies waiting in line, eager to join the circus. Amidst all the chaos, Jake transformed Team 10 into a full-fledged company, raking in those sweet, sweet millions. 2018 was the year he solidified his status as a YouTube heavyweight and a walking ATM machine. But being the restless spirit that he is, Jake decided to shake things up and embark on a new adventure: boxing. Taking a page out of his brother's playbook, he laced up his gloves and stepped into the ring. Now, in his first amateur match, Jake faced off against Deji Olatunji. It was like a clash of internet titans, and the outcome? Paul emerged victorious, claiming his first taste of boxing glory. But unlike his brother, who stayed with the amateur realm, Jake went pro. In his professional boxing debut, Jake faced off against YouTuber Anisan Gib. The doubters and naysayers expected a train wreck, but lo and behold, he showcased some actual boxing skills that had people raising their eyebrows in surprise. But the boxing world wasn't done with Jake just yet. The universe conspired to place him on the undercard of a Mike Tyson fight. And guess what? He delivered a knockout performance, literally. Jake sent NBA player Nate Robinson sprawling to the canvas, claiming his second professional win in spectacular fashion. But as he soared higher and higher in the realm of success, it seemed like controversies were lining up at his door. In the year 2020, amidst the chaos and calls for justice during the Black Lives Matter protests, Jake found himself tangled in a rather sticky situation. Accusations flew that he had been involved in looting during a protest in Arizona. He was quick to defend himself, stating that he had nothing to do with the looting and that he didn't agree with the chaotic events unfolding. But 2020 wasn't done with him just yet. In the midst of a global pandemic, when the world was practicing social distancing and sanitizing everything in sight, what did he do? He decided to throw the mother of all parties in his mansion. And by mother, I mean massive. We're talking hundreds of people, 0 SOPs, and a recipe for controversy soup. It was like he forgot that germs and viruses were a thing. And that's when even his sponsors started backing away slowly. But the show wasn't over. A few weeks later, the FBI came knocking at Jake Paul's door. I guess they wanted to join the party too, but with a warrant in hand. His house got raided, and they even seized some guns. Just another day in the life of Jake Paul, where drama seemed to follow him like a persistent shadow. He was also accused of scamming his fans from time to time. In 2018, he launched Edfluence, a website that promised to teach youngins how to achieve greatness, learn life skills, and make money online. It sounded like a sweet deal, right? Turns out, Edfluence was about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. It was filled with information that his fans could have easily found for free on the internet. Minimal interaction with Jake and a monthly fee of $7? It seemed more like a sneaky ploy to squeeze more cash out of his young, trusting fans. Jake also had a knack for promoting some questionable ventures. He promoted Mystery Brand, the digital mystery box website that promised users a chance to win real-life prizes. Many users claimed they never received the prizes they rightfully won. And let's not forget the elephant in the room. Some people saw it as a way to introduce gambling to unsuspecting youngsters. Oh, and as if that wasn't enough, Jake decided to dip his toes into the cryptocurrency pool. He got tangled up in a class action lawsuit for promoting SafeMoon, a cryptocurrency accused of being a pump-and-dump scheme. Despite all that, he was getting more and more successful as a boxing influencer. But even that started to lose its steam eventually. Jake managed to defeat big-name fighters like Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley twice, and even Anderson Silva. People started thinking, hey, maybe this dude is the real deal, a boxing superstar in the making. But while those opponents were impressive in their own right, let's face the facts, they weren't exactly in their prime. And not all of them were even proper boxers. So when the time came for Jake to face an actual young boxer in his prime, Tommy Fury, reality slapped him like a boxing glove to the face. February 2023 marked his first defeat, and the boxing world let out a collective, "I told you so." Now, Jake is eagerly waiting for his comeback fight with Nate Diaz, but it seems like the buzz around it is a bit lackluster. Perhaps the boxing enthusiasts have seen through the smoke and mirrors, or maybe they're just not as interested in the Jake Paul show anymore. Meanwhile, back in YouTube land, Jake's once thriving channel is now in shambles. His audience has grown up and moved on. Sponsors? Well, they'd rather keep their distance after all the scam accusations and the never-ending drama. And as for his last hope, his boxing career, well, it stands exposed, and it seems like 1 or 2 more losses might just kill it. So, from the boxing match that might have killed his career, to his skyrocket to fame with Vine, this was the rise and fall of Jake Paul.